Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your ATS calculator and NBA workshop today for Thursday, February 4th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner. Okay, guys, what we're going to do in this segment is we're going to do a little bit of handicapping and research on today's games. I call this the workshop edition, and, it just gives you a bit of insight how, I approach today. I talked about it yesterday. The first thing I do is I print out the tip sheet here at atsstats.com. In fact, if you go to ATS Stats, and let me go right to a page where it's easy to go. I go to Dashboard, and the first thing I do is I go to the tip sheet. And then on the tip sheet right here, I print out this page. So this way it gives me a working tip sheet to start with. And then I go and I handicap my games. All right, we're going to start off with the ATS calculator. Now, people are asking me, when they get a membership at ATS Stats, where's the calculator? Unfortunately, the calculator has its own property. So atscalculator.com is the part of the toolbox, but unfortunately, it's not at the garage type thing, right? It's at another garage, if you want to give that analogy. And ATS Stats, that's where I hang my hat. That's where people know me from at the Raymond Report. But I do, I have a couple of websites, and this is one here that I use as a tool, which you guys seen. It's pretty accurate, right? All right, so having said that, let's go to game number one. We got 5 games today. Let me get this mic out of the way here a bit. All right, Golden State against Dallas. Golden State, Dallas Mavericks. We'll see if Porzingis can play 2 games in a row. Actually, you got to give him credit. He played well last night, and it was a good game plan. They double-teamed Trey, and they got the W in Atlanta. I guess, you've seen a lot of this now, right? A lot of the teams double-teaming the players. It's nothing new. I'm not reinventing the rocket here, but a lot of people, a lot of teams, that's what they do. The good teams, the good coaches, they'll double team like they did last night to Trae Young, and he limited him to his points, right? All right, so we got the away team. We got Golden State here winning 3.83 to 221.94. So it does like this total to go under the total. The total's at 228. And we have Dallas winning, so it has a little bit of an upset here. Okay, interesting. Utah, Atlanta. Utah, after getting their spanked there on Sunday against the Denver Nuggets, they beat Detroit in their last game. Now they're going to Atlanta. This is a tough. At least they had one day off here. Atlanta's in a back-to-back game situation. So the forecast here, we got Utah 7.5 point favorite. And we got them winning by 4.86. 4.86. Over under at 221.45. All right. So it does like it to go under the total. And you know what? We're still in an overs market. And I'll get to the SBI in a second. But remember I was talking about yesterday? Followed the 1 day, 3 day, and 7 day average. Remember we were bearish on favorites yesterday? Now we've turned bearish on the 1 day average. It takes about 3 days to start. And this is where, the overs really cashed in for me yesterday. I had 2 overs that I like. I had the over in the Dallas-Atlanta game, and I had the over in the Sacramento-Boston. So sweated a bit of the Sacramento-Boston, but the Dallas-Utah game was pretty much in the bag by about, the 2 minutes left. So the 46-minute mark. All right, so Utah, Atlanta, we did this one. Now Portland against Philadelphia. Portland, where are you? Portland, Philadelphia. All right, survey says. And we got the home team. Philadelphia winning this one, 5.81. Well, they played last night in Charlotte and took care of business, 210.76. So it likes it to go under, and 5.81. So it does like Portland to cover, and Portland coming off a nice win over Washington. Houston against Memphis. So we got the Rockets. They took it on the chin last night against OKC. That was a weird series. Houston took that first one, and then OKC took the second one. Now they got Memphis tonight. We'll see if Ja Morant's gonna light it up. This is gonna be a good game. This is gonna be a really good game, and we have Houston winning by 0.18. So 221.36. So it likes it to go under the total, and the code goes at 38%, so that's interesting right there. And Houston did I have to check their road record and Memphis' home record. All right, let's look at Denver. The game of the night in La La Land at the Staples Center. Why am I talking like this? All right, Denver taking on the LA Lakers. Um, oh, we didn't do the survey says right there. There we go. Little Richard Dawson right there. And 0.69 for the Nuggets. Wow. 0.69, 220.62. So it likes it to go over. I do like the over in this game. I do like the over. All right. Let's do a bit of research on some of the games here. And before I do my research, again, like my good friend Ross Benjamin says, think like a bookmaker. And, you know, yesterday was a great example to think like a bookmaker. Dallas, Atlanta. That was a game where it had me puzzled. I didn't understand, you know, and I still don't understand, you know, how a team that has a losing record is favored against a team that's 500 at home. But, you know, it is what it is, and Dallas got the win, and that's why you don't argue with the bookmaker. You know, if you played that game last night, I'm sure, you know, if you did like Atlanta, that was not the right call. Dallas was the call, and sometimes they'll put a line out there, like the last night against Dallas and Atlanta, knowing that people are going to fight it, right? They know that's a line where, you know, we put Dallas as a favorite. Imagine if they put Atlanta favorite. All the action probably would have went. Let me see here. So if they would have put Atlanta favorite, you would have said, okay, the night before they played, was it the Lakers or they played a team that was a high-ranking team. I can't remember right now. I'll have to go back and check. Well, they do that right now. In fact, while we're right here, let's go look at Atlanta NBA. Because you know me, once I get on these things, I can't focus the rest of the way until I solve that riddle. All right, Atlanta. Yeah, Lakers. I knew it. It was the Lakers. So they had they lost to the Lakers, a game they could have went either way. But where was I going with this? Oh yeah, the Dallas and Atlanta. So if Atlanta was favorite, what's their mindset would have been, right? Your mindset would have been, okay, you know, they had a really tough game against Atlanta Lakers. You know, now Dallas is coming in. Dallas is losing the record. I don't know what they did in their last game. But, you know, would the action would have been towards Atlanta? Had Atlanta been a 2-point favorite, most likely, right? Most likely the action would have been Atlanta. But knowing that mindset, like the psychological from, you know, using the market perspective from the bookmakers, if they know Dallas was the favorite, they knew that Atlanta would have been got all the attention, right? Because they were just on a primetime game against the Lakers. Maybe that would have brought more attention to Atlanta. It'd be interesting to see how much action was on that game last night. If you guys know, put it in the comment section below. I opened up the comments again. Hopefully those Russian brides will stop trying to hook me up here. Man, that's the only reason I took a dive. I couldn't, you know, I all those you know, spamming things. It's just I don't have time all day just to delete those things. But the comments are open, so yeah, leave your comments. All right, so again, look at the over here. 62.3% of the games have gone over in the 3-day average. Look at this. 6-4 last night, 5-1 the night before. 1 day here for the you know, pretty much even, but 4-5 to the under. But look at this, 5-1, 5-3. So if you total that up, you're at 21, 25, and then you got 3, 4, 9, 10, 14. So 20. What did I say? 25 and 14. So pretty good average right there, or 21 and 14. Look at this. On the 7-day average, 56.9, but we're in a bull market right now. And if we can just carry on one more, like they say in the stock market, one more candle here towards the bullish, man, we're completely in a bull market for the over. But I think using the this tool here at ATS, the SBI, I think the over is where you still want to be. If you see something that is a percentage play towards the over, and that's where I had last night. If you were a member of ATS, I gave out the over in Boston, Sacramento, and the over in the game between Atlanta and Dallas. The percentage play was there. One of the two. So what I do is, if you go to ATS stats, you'll see that I have the computer forecast. So just in case you're new, I'll just show you. I'll go here. I'll go to premium picks, and let's say I go here, Dallas. So I'll go to the forecast, the computer pick. If the ATS calculator, and let's do one game here. Let's do let me see, Atlanta and all right. So let's go. I'll show you exactly what I do. And this is why these workshops, I love doing this. It gives you a bit of a, I know there's no structure or format, but it gives you a bit of insight how I think, and it's just, everybody's different the way they handicap. And, I've been successful at this. So if it helps, it helps. If it doesn't, like I said, sometimes it's not for people. And, some people are situational handicappers, some are analytics. Some, like I told you many times during these podcasts, I knew a handicapper who was all based on biorhythms, on how the biorhythms of the team, what they were, if they were on the West Coast one week and, the next time they were on the East Coast, using biorhythms towards, there's look at the guy who won the World Series of Handicapping last year. He had a similar situation. He was a PhD doctor, and he had a similar situation that he used, right? So, hey, you know what? If it works for you, what am I? All right, so back to this one. Utah against Atlanta. So we have 221.45 is the total. Now, if we go look at the Raymond Report, let's go to Utah, Atlanta. So we got 226.09. So see, now, okay, so the ATS calculator has 221. The forecast has 226, but the percentage play is at 57%. So this is what I'm saying. This is where I would start maybe leaning towards the under. The only thing I don't like is this right here. I wish this number here, these indicators, and what I'm showing you here is what I call indicators. And if I can string enough indicators to bring my confidence level, knowing, this is a solid play right here. This here brings my confidence level a little bit down. 6 and 15 to the under. I don't like that. I wish it was a little higher, but that's, things just to give you a little bit of insight how I do my handicapping, and that's how I look for indicators. So this way, if I can string along enough indicators, then I know I got myself a good play. All right, back to the SBI. So we'll go back to dashboard. We'll go to the SBI. And let's go back to here. So 62.3%. And it'll be interesting to see on the 7-day average if we can continue. But I'm going to still look for overs when I do my handicapping, right? And there's sometimes, a game screams out another thing, like a side or the under. And, it depends how strong you feel on that, right? But parity, remember, this game's all based on parity right now. And it's just, look at all the games. I think I did a podcast with Ross about a month ago in the NFL on games that finished, or even it was NBA. The margin of victories was so tight. Like it was, I think in football it was like a 7-point margin of victory was like 40%. It was just crazy. It was a really crazy number. All right, so now that I've got the SBI, so looking on the 7-day average, 54.4% of favorites are winning straight up. That's telling right there. That tells me underdogs are keeping it close. 45% of underdogs are winning. Let me take a look at this. Hockey, wait till I get to the hockey video. You guys are going to be just amazed, on the straight up factor on the hockey. Now, look at this. I love seeing this all yellow here in the ATS on the 7-day average. Even though favorites are winning 54.4, they're only covering 44.1%. 10% difference right there. So underdogs are still doing the job here. It's been an underdog year, for what I can tell, especially the last weekend here. Look at this, all the underdogs that are covered. But I thought, look at this. There was a good stretch here of all the underdogs, all the green. Green means winning nights for that favorite underdogs. And here's another thing I like to use, the ATS standings. So I'm looking at a couple of totals tonight. The Denver Laker game, when the total, this here's the ATS standings. So if you go to the toolbox and you go to ATS standings, NBA, we have the straight up column, the ATS column here, and then the over under. Let's go down here. And when the total is between, let's look at Laker game, 217. So the total between 216 to 223 for home teams this year. Look at this. Very neutral. That's what I like. 65-60. It's not persuading me to think one way, right? It's not as if it was like 7, like this here, 7 and 16 totals that are 232 to 239. Then look at that. That's, man, that's a tough number to beat. 30% of 70% of unders when the total's between 232 and 239. So either you go with it or you look for yellow, right? You look for neutral markets. All right, so that's the NBA. Again, right now because of the SBI, I think there's more value betting totals tonight. because of the, here's the thing. The 1 day, 3 day, and 7 day average. 1 day average you saw yesterday. You saw how it can flip on a dime, right? This was bullish yesterday, so you can't trust the 1 day average. The 3 day average, now this is like low confidence, medium confidence, and then once you get to 7 day, it's high confidence, right? But then on a high confidence level that it can flip anytime because the bookmakers, they're not going to allow that to keep going forever. But it's a progression of confidence level. And right now we're in a bull markets for the over. Let's go to the 80% club. Nice winner yesterday in the Clippers. Remember I gave you that 9-1 ATS against the spread? I got a couple here today. I like the smart stats down here. The head-to-head and all that stuff. Not big, hey, I'm not going to downgrade my own system here, but I'm not a big fan of the head-to-head and team systems. But once we get to these couple down here, like the randoms and the smart stat systems, I find they're more, they win more. All right, Lakers as a home or road team the last 3 years, and they won their last game by 8 points or less, and they're in a cycle. So I'm always talking about performance cycles, right? 3 wins and 2 losses in their last 5 games. So think of games of 5-game cycles. 3-2, 3-2, and 3-2. When they're in that type of cycle, 10-2 against the spread, 9-3 straight up, 4-8 to the under. I like the over though, and look at this. It's indicators, right? Everywhere you go, there's indicators, and you can do a check mark, and that's normally what I do. If I see something like the over, and I get on my tip sheet, indicator, over. So this way, when I look back at my review, I say, man, I got a lot of friggin' overs here that indicators pointing to the over. Confidence level is high. Boom. Let's hammer that play. Philadelphia 10-2, 7-3 as a home team last 4 years on a 6-1 cycle in the last 7. 41-7 when they're labeled a home team. Keep in mind the bubble. The bubble is throwing things off a bit. Golden State last 5 years lost last game by 4 points or less. So that was a tough loss to the Celtics, and they're 1-2 in their last 3 games. So they're in a losing cycle, right? 12-0 to the under. And what do we have Golden State here tonight in Dallas? But the Kogo's at 60%, 224, and then 221. So we got conflicting. You know what? The only thing is the Kogo is at 60%, but the under might be worth a look here. All right, let me see this. Lakers, another indicator to the under. Don't like that. 7-9, so maybe Denver. Let me see anything else up here. Denver, okay, here we go. 8-2 when the total's 215. So other indicators pointing towards that, right? Okay, let me see. I went to this. Okay, yeah. So if you've been following the computer picks, I showed it on every video today. I'm just gonna finish it off with this. What a night it had last night. And this is also a good reference. You do your picks, you do your handicapping, then you want to see. You want something to confirm it, right? You just want to check it up on something. I like to do this with the computer pick sometimes. Last night, the computer selection on the Raymond Report went 9-1 against the spread, 7-3 straight up, and 6-4 to the over-unders. So you see when I give the prediction, the forecast, I had Philly winning 115-109, finished 118-111. Look how close that is. But look at this one, the one in Boston, Sacramento. We nearly nailed it. We had 115-110, and it finished 116-110. So the computer, like I say, depending on the volume, it could be very accurate. And it's been, hey, how am I going to argue with something that's been winning at 65% or something like that? Look at this, the last 100 games for the NBA, it's been absolutely killing it. Just takes a little bit of time to, there we go. 61%, 61-39, the last 100 releases, 55-45 for 55%, still a winning record, 60-40. So the forecast, and sometimes you got to gauge this, right? You got to see, okay, what's hot right now? Is it the over-under? Is it the forecast? Is it the COC, the chance of covering, or is it the Kogo? Like the Kogo, when I say the Kogo is at 51%, we compare it to see if it's covering, and it's pretty even, right? At 51, 53, which is, it's average. Let's be honest. I'm not reading tomorrow's newspaper now, and I don't have my crystal ball sold that many years ago. So there you have it, guys. That's the NBA report workshop today for a Thursday. We're still Thursday. Every day I woke up this morning and said, well, what day are we today? My wife just started laughing. I feel like Groundhog Day. See, we just had Groundhog Day, and it feels still like Groundhog Day, right? All right, guys, don't forget, if you're interested in a membership here at atsstats.com, it's only $24.99 a month, and you get full access to all the tools. Or if you're interested in my top selections, go to picks, go to Ron Raymond, and if you want to review my last 25 selections, you can do it right here, and it's all here at atsstats.com. Have yourself a great rest of your day. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. We'll see you back shortly with another Raymond Report.